Hey guys, we have a guest visitor today. This is my daughter Zira, for those of you who have not met her. She's very much a part of my story today. So up until this point, all of my videos have been what I've been dealing with in the past and things that have happened to me at some point in the sometime in the past. But the thing I'm going to be talking about today is something that I'm dealing with right now. And she wasn't really going to be in this video, but she really just wanted to be with me. So she's going to be the guest. So, obviously I have a child. But I was, when I was about 19 years old, I was diagnosed with, hey, no making faces, you're going to make it distracting for everyone. Just play with Anna, okay?
Anna have a dress.
Yes, Anna does have a dress.
I just want a blue dress.
Okay. Shh. Okay, so when I was 19, I was diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which messes with a few things hormonally. Mostly it's cosmetic in me. I mean, there's a bunch of different things that people have like different symptoms. For me, it was mostly cosmetic, skin, acne, extra facial hair, stuff like that. But the biggest thing that it affected was my fertility. And so when I was engaged to my husband, about to get married, I had to have a very serious conversation with him saying, hey, don't know if I can have kids, kind of thing. And you know, because I wanted that up front, like if it's something that you really, really want and desire, then I may not be the woman that you need to marry, because I don't even know if I can have kids, because I've been told by the doctors that it may not, you know, happen.
Grandma have it too.
Yeah.
Grandma have it too.
You'll go see Grandma just a minute. So it was a surprise when I had Zira, when I got pregnant with Zira, because I was really shocked and amazed at the fact that it was easy to get pregnant, because it was the first time I'd ever been off birth control. Like when we got married, I was obviously on birth control, and the first time I got off of it, I got pregnant. I was like, hallelujah, this is great. But then, I'm sorry if this is like information overload. I understand that this is kind of an intimate topic for a lot of people. But after she was born, we started trying again when she was about a year old. And she is going to be 4.
I hear something.
You hear something?
Yeah, I want to see something.
Okay. She's going to be 4 this year. And we have been trying for over 3 years to get pregnant again, and it has not happened. And so that is something that I'm dealing with right now, is just the fact that my body is not listening to me.
I think I hear Papa.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got a wet.
Okay. Because, you know, growing up, I always thought, I mean, it's not like I gave much thought to this, but I always just assumed that, you know, when women were ready to get pregnant, they would cease trying to prevent it, and then they would just get pregnant and move on with their life and have pop out babies whenever they wanted. Like, they have this control over their reproductive system. Well, apparently I do not have that control over my reproductive system, and it's very difficult for me to provide siblings for my little person. So that is something that I'm struggling with right now, is because I really wanted Zira to have brothers and sisters. Like, I want her to be able to have a playmate. You know, I want her to grow up with brothers and sisters, because, I mean, my mom had 4 kids, and it was kind of in 2 separate families. Hey, Zira, you're kind of being distracted. Go do that over there. Go over there by the book. Thank you.
I just want to be next to you.
You want to be next to me? Just sit right there. Oh, okay. Okay. My family was in two separate kind of groupings. My parents had 2 kids, and then they waited 6 years and had 2 more kids. So we always kind of grew up in these like 2 different families, basically. So my older brother and my older sister were kind of close, and then they were separate, big long gap, and then there was me and my brother, and we were close. So we led like 2 separate family lives, basically, and which is doable. It's fine. Like now that we're adults, we have a relationship, and you know we've talked more. You know, had more of a relationship since we've been older than when we were kids, because obviously there's such a big age gap there. And I didn't really want that for my kids because you know because me and my younger brother like had a really close relationship because we were only 2 years apart. And so that's what I wanted for Zira. Like, if I had control over my reproductive system, she would have had, like, 2 years after she was born, she would have had a sibling, you know? And that's what I wanted. And she's almost 4, so even if I were to get pregnant right now, she'd be, like, 5 years old by the time this kid comes around. So it's very discouraging. And I don't mean to sound like I'm whining, because I'm so blessed that I have this little amazing person. I love her so much. She is quite something. But I really want her to have siblings. And I'd love to have a few more of these cute kiddos, you know? Because she's cute. But that's something I'm struggling with right now. And I have had, you know, people speak into me that, you know, God's timing is perfect. And it is coming. Like, those have been spoken over me on a couple different occasions. You know, these things are coming. And it's not on my timing, you know, it's not on my time, which, you know, is kind of what I'm kind of going at with this video, I suppose, is sometimes the things that we want don't happen on our timeline. And I'm sure that when these children come about, whether they are, you know, a year from now or 10 years from now, that they will be at a perfect time and that it'll be a different story than what I wanted, but I'm sure it'll be beautiful in its own way. And those are promises that I'm holding on to. I'm sorry how distracted she is. This is why she hasn't been in any of my previous videos. But yes, those promises are coming, and they aren't in my time when I want them. But they will happen, and I'm holding on to that promise, holding on to that hope, and just having faith that it will happen, and that you will have little brothers and sisters, because we pray for them every night. Do you pray for your little sister every night? Yeah? Yeah. So, for all those prayer warriors out there, if you want to shoot up a prayer.
Wait.
What?
I was little and you was holding me.
Yes, I know.
And I was baby.
Yes, you were a baby.
You was little and you was a baby and I was holding you.
Yes. Do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.